Each year, tens of thousands of people go missing. Many are never seen or heard from ever again. Our mission is to make you aware of these cases in hopes that something you may have seen or heard can bring these individuals back to their friends and families. Tonight we focus on one young woman whose eccentric behavior may have been a key factor in her mysterious disappearance. Jenna Short, a teenage figure skating phenom with Olympic gold potential, whose optimistic future quickly deteriorated into disappointment and neurosis.
She was well on her way to the Olympic trials when an accident on the ice permanently damaged her knee. Her figure skating dreams were instantly dashed by the extensive surgery required just to repair her legs to a state where she could walk normally again. It was during her lengthy recuperation period that her bright outlook declined into the darkness of depression. Her athletic figure atrophied, and her healthy eating habits diminished, packing on the pounds. By the time she reclaimed her ability to walk, she was too far gone. Hoping to escape the frustration of her situation, she quickly enrolled in college as a student of graphic design. But this did not improve her state. After graduating, Jenna couldn't find the motivation to apply her skills. In fact, she had been an indolent student. 3 months of rejection post-graduation led her to whore herself out on the streets. Advertising agencies knew her by name, and she was instantly blacklisted. Everyone knew she came cheaper than any stock photography image.
It was pretty bad. She made the last leg of the commute into work very uncomfortable. Even the homeless people around the tea station pitied her. One even offered her some change and an Egg McMuffin. She took the Egg McMuffin, but she indignantly threw his change down the sewage drain. She couldn't even get freelance work if she offered to do it for free. And Lord knows she couldn't sell her body because she was so fat. Even the African American men and the hillbillies were repulsed.
Her longtime boyfriend was particularly worried for her. She had grown distant, not physically as she was obese and impossible to not be near, but emotionally. At times, he said she would utter nothing but nonsensical phrases such as schnarf, or recite the entire Countries of the World song from the Animaniacs cartoon show. Little did he know that she had developed a surreptitious relationship with an androgynous stripper, who she would run away with for weeks at a time on international trips, frivolously spending her Mistress's money. However, she finally did land a production position at a trade show company called The Exhibit Source. But this positive turn did not even slow her descent. She spent all of her money on her diet Snapple addiction. Though this slimmed down her figure back to a healthy appearance, her behavior was even more erratic and self-destructive. She became belligerent with managers and co-workers alike.
You think I'm going to Fast Science today? No. Do you think I'm going to the webinar? No.
Her diet Snapple addiction becoming more evident with time, she finally suffered a complete break from sanity. She obscenely flashed coworkers by kicking and swinging her legs over her desk when wearing a skirt. She even engaged in multiple affairs with coworkers. Jenna's former manager at the Exhibit Source writes, "It was shameless the way she'd rip the purchase order from my hand when I'd give her an assignment, and then skip to her desk and blatantly flash her scrot at me when climbing over her wall of Snapple, spreading her legs the way a stripper would. It was less subtle than Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct. One time she was standing in my office, trembling from all the Snapple, and leaned into me and whispered, 'Roughly beat him severely.' I've never been more disconcerted in my life."
And then Jenna disappeared. She called in one day saying she'd be out for a few weeks due to Jewish holiday, but she never returned.
She was last seen with this man, Harley Blake, a co-worker with whom she developed a hedonistic relationship. Her last known whereabouts was his Vermont property that consisted of a tractor, a school bus, and a frozen well. Neither has been seen or heard from since. This is the most recent photo of Jenna. Near the end of her time at the Exhibit Source, she began developing alternate identities for herself, dressing differently every day, complete with contacts, makeup, and wigs. If you or anyone you know think you've seen someone matching this description, please go to www.jshortdesigns.com. Help us bring Jenna back home safely.